Hello everybody. I am going to give you a great workout today for all those requesting a workout to do during this crazy time where we're all stuck at home. I'm going to give you a 20-ish minute workout, probably multiple times a week. So today's workout is going to be mostly lower body, and all you need is a yoga block or a stair, something elevated. A bench like the one you see behind me would also suffice. So get that ready and get your water, and let's get ready to move. So most important before beginning any workout is to make sure you are warmed up. Clearly I'm not warmed up. I freeze all day every day. So we're gonna warm up until I'm ready to take my sweater off. And that should be a good indication that we're ready to move. So we're gonna start with the legs together, feet together, everything's together. We're gonna bring it into a bit of a squat position, not full squat, just a quarter squat. So everything's together, hips are seated behind you, and your chest is lifted and shoulders are open. Without changing the height of your hips, you're just gonna step one direction and then meet your legs together, and then step and meet your legs together, and we're just gonna go back the other direction. So we're gonna be here for about a minute. The purpose of this, again, is to warm up. So your movements can be nice and quick. So I don't have a clock, we're going to approximate 1 minute. We're gonna go until I just don't feel like going anymore. And then we'll do 2 more things to warm up, and then we can get really into our workout. So our warm-ups, I like to keep about 5 minutes designated for a warm-up. Cool downs, about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit longer to stretch things out. And then we have a good solid workout to do from anywhere 15 to 25 minutes. Anybody who's been to my classes knows that my counting and my timing is never to be trusted. I'm kind of known for that. When I say 10 reps, I probably mean like 20. So don't ever listen to what I say. So keep things moving, keep things controlled. Keeping your shoulders back. You could be feeling the burn through your glutes by now, which is totally okay. We're warming up, but you're still also firing up your glute muscles. We'll do a couple more each way, and then we'll move along. All right, relax. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. We're gonna bring it into a squat position again. We're gonna bring it into a squat position. I'm partially warm, but we're not done yet. Bring it into the squat position. Your weight will be in your heels. You should be able to lift your toes. So bring it into the squat position. As I come to a complete stand, I'm going to straighten my one leg out and press through my heel. So I'm not leaning forward. I'm not bending my knee. Straight legs as possible. Press through your heel. Step it back into a squat, and we're going to change legs. So again, we'll be here for about a minute-ish. Everything is ish. Again, you're focusing on quick movements. I'm not moving too quick right now, but that's mostly because I want to be able to talk to you without being breathless. And even though I can run like 20 kilometers, somehow simple things sometimes take my breath away. I face you. So if you want to start coordinating your breath with your movements, I always guide breath with movement. You can inhale to bring it down, and exhale to straighten and squeeze. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keeping your movements controlled. Shoulders are back. Try not to get sloppy up top or on the bottom. All right, we'll do a few more each way. And after your next one, we're going to lower it into a squat position, weight is in your heels, hands at your heart, and we're just going to pulse it. Little tiny movements for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Shake it out. Grab a drink. You should always have water with you. I'll try to prompt you to get your water, but if I don't, grab water anytime you need it. And if you have a block, you can reach for your block. Okay. If you're using a stair, this isn't going to work out so well. So what you can do is grab something that's, I don't know, about this tall. Let's call that 9-ish inches. Anything slightly elevated that's smaller because we're going to be swinging your leg around it. So go grab something. We're going to place it. The higher, the harder it is, but just make sure we can do this with good form, and I'll explain that in a second. So for approximately 1 minute, we're going to do one leg, and then the other minute we're going to switch legs. So right now we're just doing one leg. It'll look similar to what we just did, except this time I will squat, and as I come up, I'm going to take my right, it'll look like your left. As I stand, I'm going to take that leg, swing it around as high as I can, step and squat, and as I come up, I'm going to swing it around in the opposite direction, and stepping it right back. So it's a step, squat, swing your leg around. So you're just alternating which leg, or which way you're swinging your leg, but we're still just doing the same leg. So again, the higher the surface, the harder this will be, but I don't want it to look something like this, where you're trying to get your leg over the surface just to make it more complicated. I want the movement to come from your hips, so it's a hip circle and a swing. So wherever you can go height-wise without flopping your body around and engaging other parts of your body that aren't your hip. Okay, good. So again, if you're going to coordinate your breath, it's an inhale down and an exhale to swing. Always, I want controlled movements over speed, but at the same time, we're looking at elevating your heart rate, so you move at a pace that feels okay for you. All right, we'll do a couple more and then we'll switch legs. Again, if you want accuracy, I suggest timing this a minute. Okay, let's switch right away. One side will feel much different. This is definitely not my strong side, balance-wise, or strength-wise. This leg has a little bit of work to do. So I will be noticing it on this one. And when you're in your squat position, make sure you're not getting sloppy. I think I just did that way. I can't talk and coordinate at the same time. Make sure you're not getting sloppy in your squat. Your still weight is in your heels. You're shifting your hips behind you. Okay, a few more. Okay, I'm gonna shake it out. I'm warm. Grab your block just in case you're not warm. Let's continue on. Make sure you were really warm. Or you can use a stair if you have a stair, or any other surface that's elevated that's kind of stable to some degree. Now, the higher my block is, just like the last one, the harder it will be. You can decide if you have a block. You can go low height, medium height, or tallest height. Keep in mind that the taller you go, the less stable your block will be. And I want this to be about controlled movements. So I'm going to give two options. You can decide where you're at today. Option one, you're incorporating your arms and you're thinking about lifting from your hip, not your foot. Your foot's not lifting, it's your hip that's lifting. And you're just going to alternate tap on the block. Level one will be looking at the block, and level two will be looking away from the block. See if you can have that sense of spatial awareness. Your other option, if you want this to be more cardio-based, I'm not going to choose to do this because, again, I need to talk, and I won't be able to talk in a second if I do this. We're going to add in a little bit of a jump. So again, if you're jumping and you're on the taller height, it's going to be harder to control your movements, but do your best. So ideally, if the block's higher than this, the block is not going to be falling over. Jump, tap, nice and light on the feet. So level one is looking down and level two is looking away. Okay, whatever you're doing, you can start. I'll chat as we move. And we're going to be here for approximately a minute. Approximately. So if you start one way and you feel like you want to move the other way, feel free to add the jump, take out the jump. Again, you are always free to do what you need to do body-wise with your workouts. So whatever way you're moving, make sure you're not rounding through your shoulders or getting floppy. I'm going to stand up tall, nice intentional movements with your arms, with your hips, lifting, tapping, and lowering. have it in you to pick up the pace, feel free to pick up the pace. Okay, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And take the block or your stair, take one foot elevated on top. We're going to bring it into a wide squat stance. So you're wider than shoulder width distance apart, just slightly, not too much. With your 1 foot elevated, we're going to bring it into squat position. Again, weight is in your heels. If you're not comfortable with your with your foot elevated, feel free to bring both feet onto the ground and we'll just do what we're doing without the elevation. So bring it into squat position. Now as I exhale, I'm going to shift my weight over toward my block foot and bring it to a full and complete stand. Stand tall, and squeeze through your glutes. With control, I'll step and sink, exhale, slide my weight over and lift. So it's an inhale and an exhale, inhale and an exhale. Again, you're finding a control. So nothing too quick. We're done our warm up. Your body should be okay and ready to move. So this is about muscles. Good. Let's do about 4 more, and then we're going to pulse it, because everybody loves pulses. This next one, we'll sink it down, get control up top, and pulse it here for 10, 9, go up my pace, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, we'll slide the block over, return your body around, and we'll do the other side. So you can elevate your other foot, bring it into a wide squat stance, sink it down, weight is in your heels, exhale, shift your weight over, stand and squeeze, step and sink. You know what you're doing, right? Excellent. So again, you may notice on this side it feels a little bit different. One side of your body is probably stronger and or more flexible and or easier to balance on. And it's these unilateral movements where you really notice it. Good, so squeezing as you lift. Let's do about 5 more. And you know what's next, right? Good. Woo! Got so excited I almost fell over. All right, 2 more. And this one, we'll pulse it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Stand up, grab a drink, take a second. Make sure you're breathing normally. Okay, take the block, move back over to the other side. If you're just using a stair, switch feet. Okay, this time we're going to elevate your back leg. So place your foot on top of the block, take a good wide stance ahead. I will do this sideways actually, so you can see what my body is looking like in alignment. So elevate my back leg, I'll take a good wide stance. My block might slide away because I'm on the floor. It's a good idea to have a mat under you, especially if you have a floor like this. So things aren't sliding, shifting, or moving. Anyways, I'll do my best. So this back leg is elevated. I'm on just the ball of that foot. My shoulders are pulled back, my chest is lifted, I'm standing tall and aligned, my tailbone is pressed down. So if you tend to have an anterior tilt to your pelvis or posterior tilt to your pelvis, you want to make sure your tailbone is pressed down. So whatever you need to adjust for your body, please do that. Okay, so when I lower it down, I'm thinking about taking that back knee and dropping it straight down. I'm not thinking about shifting forward, I'm thinking about dropping down and coming up. So it'll be a bend through your knee and an exhale to straighten up. So again, my upper body is not going forward or backwards. I'm going down and then going up, just like that, okay? So inhale it down and exhale to stand. Inhale it down, exhale to stand. Okay, we'll do 4 more. I have no idea where we're at. Same old, same old. All right, 2 more. And this next one we'll hold down at the bottom and pulse it. This is going to feel really amazing. For 10, 9, 8, 7, stay in control, 6, 5, 4, 3, nice and low, 2, and 1. Good job. Did you just let out a grunt? Because my favorite is when I'm teaching classes and after something like that, the whole class goes, it's my favorite thing. The collective sigh. So I'm hoping you just did that on your own. If not, let's keep moving until you do. All right, switch legs. Elevate your other leg. Ball of your foot is on the block. Take a good wide stance. Shoulders are pulled back. Again, as you inhale, you'll take that back leg and drop that knee down toward the ground. And exhale to stand. So that when I'm moving, my front knee is not way ahead of my toe. It's pulled back. I don't think you can even see my foot, but you know what I mean, right? So inhale to lower. And exhale to lift. Okay. And you're keeping your core tight, so your belly button's drawn in toward your spine. Try not to let that just go and get sloppy. And again, your tailbone is pressed down toward the ground. So many things, so many things. And you're breathing, of course, right? All right, let's do 6 more. I'm really just focusing on that block not sliding out from under me. All right, next time we lower, we'll hold it here and pulse it. Keep your shoulders pulled back for 10, 9, look at my pace, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake it out. Grab a drink. You didn't sigh after that first one. You probably did on that one, which is great. Okay, we've got 2 more things to do, and then we're going to take it to the ground for a little bit of core with the block. So hang in there. Almost done. We're going to switch legs again. Take a nice wide stance, just like we did with our squat and stand. We're going to do something very similar with the block, just a different movement at the top. So again, we'll bring it into a stance. It's a little bit wider than shoulder width distance apart. We'll take it into a squat, and as you come up, we'll do the same thing. Transfer your weight over into your blocked leg, and then lift out to the side, step, and sink. So I want controlled movements. It's a lift from the hip. It's not like a flop out to the side or something really ugly looking. I want to sink, a stand, lift with the hip. So you're trying not to laterally flex your body to one side as you lift your hip, because then you're just losing some of the muscular emphasis here. So step and sink, stand and lift, step and sink, and stand and lift. So again, your arms can do whatever they feel comfortable doing. There's nothing really amazing about arms here. Kind of just keeping you balanced and focused. So you're exhaling here, inhaling to sink. Good. Stay in control. So for balance exercises, it's always helpful to stare at something on the ground or on the wall that's not moving. Staring into a mirror is usually not the best idea, especially if your balance is a little bit iffy. Let's do 3 more. Last one. And without thinking about it much, we're just going to switch legs. Less moving, more thinking. Ready to go. Sink, stand. Keep in mind this side is not my easy side to balance on, clearly. So I should probably not watch myself move. Again, this is not about speed. This one is about control. Whatever that looks like for you, find the control. And if you're not doing so well with balance, it's okay to stand near a wall or have something here that you can place your hand upon to help you balance so that you can focus on the muscular strength. That is totally acceptable. Oh, that one sucked. Okay, 3 more after this. 3, 2, and your last one. Good job, shake it out. If you don't have a block, again, grab something that is about the size that you can hold. Worst case scenario, you don't need to hold anything. You'll still get a good workout regardless of whether or not there's anything in your hand. It's just gonna provide you a little bit of feedback. So, I'm gonna take the block and I'll stand sideways again so that you can see what's happening. I'm gonna take the block up overhead as I step my right foot back and lower down into a lunge position. And then I'll transfer my weight forward, bring my back knee toward the block and stand up really tall, doing it to my glutes. So it'll be an elevation of the block as I step and sink. And in my lunge position, remember my tailbone's pressed down. It's not jutting out or really tucked under, it's pressed down. And I'm dropping that back knee, lifting through my chest, lifting through my ribs. My arms are nice and straight, but my shoulders are dropped away from my ears. My shoulders aren't elevated, it's my arms. And with an exhale, transfer my weight up and forward, take the block to my knee, find my balance, standing up tall. I'll step and sink, exhale, bring it forward. Okay, let's do 8 more. Find the control. 7, 6, nothing much quicker than this. 5, 4, your knee does not have to touch the ground. 2, last one, then we're going to sink and pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, slow it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and step it forward. Good job. Is that great? Is that what that collective sigh is? I heard it. All right, switch legs. Left leg will step behind as it reaches the block up overhead. Remember, we're not getting sloppy with our arms. We're keeping our arms straight and lifted. Exhale, bring it forward. So again, slow control, moving with what you've got. For 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, sink it down and pulse it here for 10, 9, keep your strong arms, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and step it forward. Good job. Shake it out. All right, good job. So I don't know about you, but I am sweating. My face is full of sweat. That's a good sign. We're working hard. We have 2 more things to do, and then we'll start cooling it down. So we're going to be working on the core, and then we'll just do a few stretches. So have your block. If you don't have a block, you can grab any item. A weight would be great, a dumbbell, just a light one, or a weighted plate if you have one of those, or any object. So I'm going to start with a block on the outside of my body, and I'm going to bring it into a plank position. Now this exercise can be done in high plank or low plank. I'll show you both. I'll show you from the side view, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So high plank is on your hands, and you're stepping your legs behind you, you're off of your knees. So when I'm up like this, my shoulders are stacked above my elbows, and my elbows are stacked above my wrists, and I have a slight bend into my elbows. My hips are at shoulder height, maybe a little bit lower, and I'm elevated in between my shoulders. So I'm not sunk down, I have a good elevation in between. Other option is on your knees. Now the problem I see most people make, not most, but a lot of people making when they're doing something from their knees, is that they bring themselves into a tabletop position. So oftentimes I see people trying to do push-ups like this, or different plank variations like this, and that's not really great. You're not really engaging anything core-wise. So if you're going to do this exercise on your knees, what I want you to do is take your hands slightly ahead, and take your hips and drop them down toward the ground without releasing through your core. So my core here is still engaged, my belly button is lifted toward my spine, I still have a slight bend through my elbows, but I'm not in a tabletop position where my core is doing nothing. So if I'm letting my core go, I will know because I'll feel it in my low back, and my hips will be really sunk down, okay? So this is this nice strong core on your hands and knees, and this is lifted up into a high plank position. So I'm going to start with the weight, or the block, on the outside of my body, keeping in mind the form that I just went through. I'm going to start in whatever plank position I choose to, with the block on the outside of my arm. If I'm in a high plank, I'm probably going to open up my legs a little bit wider than I would normally have them, just to find that stability. I'm going to get you started, and then I'll have you continue on, and I'll walk you through a few things. So I'm going to open up into my plank position. Now where my block is, it's on my left, it might look like you're right. I'm going to take my opposite hand, reach under, and pull the block across, and bring it back. Take the block with my opposite hand, pull it across, and bring it back. So go. You can start, and I just want to talk you through it, because I have a lot to say about this one. So as you go, obviously you're focusing on breathing, you're breathing in, you're breathing out. I don't want you to worry about coordinating your breath with this one, you have enough to think about. Another thing I want you to think about as you're moving, keep going, I'm timing you for a minute approximately. Especially if you're in a high plank, but either situation, make sure that when you're pulling the block, you're not opening up through, you're not rocking your hips side to side. So I don't want a rocking in the hips like this, because then you're not doing much with your core. So I'm going to focus on hip stability. My hips should move very little as I do this movement. Another thing I want you to focus on is control. So oftentimes when people get tired, good job, we're almost done, we're more than halfway through. Oftentimes when people get tired on this one, what I start hearing in class is something like this. Slapping of the block, slapping of the hand, complete lack of control. So try not to hear your hands, try not to hear the block, and little movement through your hips. Good job, keep breathing. We're almost done for 10. Notice I'm not doing this. 9, 8, 7, 6, and don't look under your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You can come onto your knees if you're not there already, and bring it into child's pose. So stretch your arms up overhead, relax your forehead to the ground, let your arms rest, and breathe. So let your breath catch up to you, or you catch up to your breath. And we have 1 more minute of work to do. So if you don't have a mat down, you can go grab a mat. We're going to be on the back. And I'm going to give you 2 different options. So block or no block, I'm going to take my block. You can choose not to if you would like. Just get close so you can see. Option 1, I'll show you. This is the advanced version, or level 2, I guess you can call it. You're going to keep your legs straight on the ground. Roll it back, this floor's going to be cold. Take your block up overhead. And you're going to think about keeping your legs planted into the ground. And trying not to use momentum. So we're going to take the block, just reaching out up overhead, give your shoulders a nice stretch. Keep your low back planted on the ground. And as you exhale, you'll start to bring the block up, lift up through your upper back, your mid back, your low back. Reach toward your toes, feeling the stretch underneath of your legs, through your hamstrings and your calves. Think about tucking your tailbone under, rounding up through your spine. Just as slow and controlled as you did coming up, you're going to roll your way back down and bring the block up overhead. So again, you'll start to lift slowly. So it's a slow, controlled, progressive movement. Bringing the block to your feet. And then again, rounding and slowly lowering back down. You can continue on if you're there. If you have troubles getting off of the ground, that's not necessarily core strength. It can also have to do with your spinal flexibility. What I'm going to have you do is just hold the block up overhead. You can have, let's bring your legs into tabletop position. I have a knot in my shirt. This is really hurting me. Your legs can come into tabletop position. You're going to focus on keeping your low back pressed into the ground. And all you're going to do is think about lifting your chest up toward the ceiling. So I don't want this to be a crunch. I want it to be a lift. And a lower. Again, your focus is on keeping your low back pressed in and your belly button pressed down in toward your spine. So you're going to keep this area flat and you're just going to lift and lower. So do whatever one you're doing. We'll continue on for about a minute. And I just have a couple things to say. So keep going. Now when you're working your abdominals, especially the one that I just showed you, the second option. Okay, sorry. So especially that second one that I just showed you, people say that crunching is really just a terrible exercise, and it definitely can be, but most often it's because people are doing it incorrectly. It's actually a decent way to engage your abdominal muscles. There are a ton of different ways to do so, some better than others. But this can be done incorrectly, which is making it not a great exercise, which is kind of where the stigma comes in from. Just keep going, you're almost done. You're doing great. So oftentimes when people do a crunch, what they do is let their belly bulge out, so they're not getting the stability in through their core, and they're exerting a lot of pressure onto their abdominal wall. So that's why when I ask you to do this, what I want you to do is think about pressing your belly button in toward your spine so you have an engagement of transverse abdominis, and that when you move, that's still engaged, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and you can relax it back. Take one knee in toward your chest, and then your other knee in toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees, and gently rock it side to side. Great job. You made it. It wasn't so bad, was it? I trust that you just said no. And then if you did say no, then I know that it wasn't hard enough. Because I like my people to be very challenged, so hopefully you struggle somewhere. Beauty is in the struggle. You take your arms wide at your side. I don't know where to move so that you can see me. And let your knees drop all the way over to the right-hand side. And you can turn your head in the opposite direction if that feels okay for your neck. And adjust your feet until your legs are just feeling heavy and passive. Working on slowing down your breath. And with your next inhale, you can take your knees up through center and slowly drop them over to your left-hand side as you turn your head in the opposite direction. Stretching is very important after you exercise to keep your muscles long, to work on your flexibility. So a lot of the soreness or tightness you get is probably because you haven't stretched or stretched long enough, or you just haven't used those muscles in a while. All right, take your knees up through center. You can take your right foot just above your left knee, reach in between your legs, draw your left hamstring in toward your chest. Let your shoulders relax back. If you need more of a stretch, you can hold onto your shin instead of your hamstring, just as long as your shoulders stay relaxed. So keeping your breath slow, every few exhales or so, see if you can draw your knee in closer to your body. You may or may not have space, and that's okay. You can release your hands, leave your legs as they are, and then drop your knees over to the left-hand side so this top foot can plant on the ground. And you're kind of in charge of how much you're feeling that stretch by where you move that top foot to. You navigate it closer to your body, closer toward your head, if you have the flexibility. And then again, with your next inhale, you can draw your knees up through center, and we'll switch legs. So uncross your right foot, take your left foot just above your right knee, draw your hands in between, and take your right knee in toward your chest through your hamstring, or if you need more, through your shin. And relax your shoulders, and relax your feet. Leave your legs as they are. Open up your arms wide to the side and drop your legs over to the right-hand side. Let that top foot plant. And turn your head in the opposite direction if that feels okay. And use your next inhale to take your knees up through center. Uncross them. And we'll just windshield wiper the legs side to side. Let your knees drop all the way to one side. And all the way to the other side. We'll straighten out your right leg. Straighten out your left leg. And with an inhale, you can sweep your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And exhale to release. I don't know about you, but I got pretty sweaty. Sign of a good workout. Good job. Thank you for